Have a seat in my chair with Brittany Nicole. This show is about unlocking the vault on all things hair, from texture, lifestyle, and the psychological effects that we go through from day to day dealing with our hair. Make sure to like. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Have a Seat in My Chair with Brittany Nicole. First, I want to apologize about my small hiatus the last week. If some of you were expecting me, I apologize. I kind of hit a roadblock and was just super stressed out and tired, and I just couldn't get it together. So please forgive me. But anyway, we are approaching the end of this season. We only have one more episode left, and I'm super excited. So today I want to start with a quote. We're going to switch it up a little bit. This is going to be I want to share with you guys my discovery, like an aha moment I had in the salon, which I'm super excited about because I think it's going to lead to some really great troubleshooting for you guys. Even if I'm not your stylist, but maybe you have another one and you have the same issue that I'm about to bring up, I think that this information could be super helpful. So let's just dive into it. Now, I want to begin with my quote, which is from an unknown source, but I felt like it really correlated with what I'm going to talk about today. So here we go. You can't control what goes in. Oh, never mind. You can't control what goes on outside, but you can control what goes on inside. Okay. Now, today we're going to talk about some scalp and hair, well, really just some scalp situations, that you may be surprised about. I'm gonna actually give my shout out at the end of this podcast because you won't really understand why I'm giving these type of shout outs at the end if I do it in the beginning, because it's not a person, but it is like 5 different doctors that I researched and found if you guys are more interested in my discovery. So I want to kind of talk about like what I've been experiencing at work with people and their dry scalps. So I have a handful of people who, no matter what we do, we always like are getting dry scalp. Right after shampoo, it's clean or whatever, and then as soon as you blow dry, it's still dry, and flaky, and it's just like, and usually it happens right in the top of your head or hairline. It's never really in the back. So I'm kind of just like, what is going on? I've used like a whole bunch of different dandruff shampoos. I've used like rosemary, mint, peppermint, even stuff from the dermatologist, and that's fine, but it only gives like a little bit of relief, but I still am not getting the result that I want, which is for it to be gone. So just to pivot a little bit, I suffer with a condition in my gut called candida, right? What is candida? Candida is okay, well, let me backtrack just a little. I have digestive issues. I found out that I was diagnosed with IBS years ago, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, and I had to go get colonic treatments and be on all these herbs and stuff to get rid of it. But I guess I never really killed it all the way. So what candida is a fungal infection caused by an overgrowth of yeast in your body. Healthy bacteria help balance the amount of yeast and disruption of this, but if it gets out of control, it can turn into an infection, or like it can cause you to have like bloating, and you can get rashes on your skin, or You can have like super severe constipation. That's just one form of IBS, but that's the kind that I have, the kind where you cannot go to the bathroom. This might be TMI, but whatever, because some of you guys may be experiencing this, and I'm not shy because we all got stuff going on, so whatever. And so I go to this holistic therapist, and she's just like, you have candida, so you need to like do colonics, and you need to take these herbs, and you need to change your diet, and you need to eat like anti-inflammatory. And it super helped, and I felt so much relief, and it was better. But what candida can also do is cause skin irritation on a lot of different parts of your body. And it's essentially like it's another type of a yeast infection. Like all yeast infections are not vaginal, right? So I was in the bed the other day, and I was just thinking, because my candida is back, and it's making me super miserable. Like I'm having like all these digestive issues all over again. But it had me thinking like, okay, let me like look into this some more. So I start looking, and I'm like, where else can you have candida? Then I start looking, I'm like, you can have candida in your mouth or in private areas, like outside. It could cause a rash. It could be on your arm, or like anywhere where, maybe not your arm, but anywhere where you can get like moisture, and it's like an environment for something to grow, almost sort of like a mold, so to say. Okay, so I'm like, can you get candida on your scalp? I look it up, and I'm like, because what made me think of it was, if it was dandruff, the stuff I was using to treat, or shampoo and all the things and oil or whatever I was using to treat dandruff, would have worked by now. Why isn't the dandruff shampoo working on what seems to be dandruff, right? Well, dandruff can also be a symptom of something else going on in your body. Just like when I break out in eczema, it's because I'm stressed out, or I'm internalizing something going on in my body. The same thing when your stomach or your gut has some stuff going on, it comes out in your skin and in your hair. And you also can get other types of diseases and infections if you have an unhealthy gut, right? Like we know it's becoming more popular of a thought that you get sick if you don't eat well and you don't take care of your gut health. You can get a whole lot of other issues, right? So I'm like, I wonder if this dandruff, quote unquote, that I'm treating on some of my clients isn't really dandruff. So I'm like, if candida can be in all other parts of your body, why couldn't it be on your scalp, right? So I look up, like, can you have candida on your scalp? And guess what I found? Yes, you can. So my aha moment, or my discovery, was maybe it's not even dandruff. Maybe it is a yeast infection on your scalp, which means we need to tackle this a whole nother way. Maybe you know someone who just can't get rid of their dry scalp. Then you need to think of, what's your diet? How do you eat? How's your bowel movements? Are you going to the bathroom? Like, do you have like too much gas? Do you burp too much? Like, what's going on? Like, you have to think about like what's happening inside of you that's maybe giving you these other after effects, you know? And I just feel like we're so scared to have these conversations, or maybe not even connect the dots, the one and the two and the three, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, I feel like I'm getting some ground. So now I'm like, how do you treat candida? What do you do? Acid usually can kill a fungus or an infection. So I look up like what topical, because along with this, like, you do need to change your diet, or you'll temporarily fix the situation. By the way, let me just say, I'm not a doctor. This is just like an aha moment I have, and I'm just trying to troubleshoot things, because if anyone knows me knows I hate not having a solution and an answer. And what I'm doing is not fixing the problem. So I'm like, let me dig a little deeper and hit some stuff from another angle so that I can help my clients be more comfortable with their scalp health, right? So looking, I'm like, well, besides changing how you eat, because that has nothing to do with me at work, I can only, kind of be an investigator and kind of guide my client into like what could be going on. But until then, I need to find out how to treat this issue. So I look and I'm just like, what can I do to treat this topically? And I found that I can use apple cider vinegar diluted with water and use that as a treatment to start killing the infection on the scalp. So it all makes sense as to why when people do apple cider vinegar treatments on their scalp, like why their dandruff or flaky scalp is disappearing. And it's not treating dandruff, it's treating yeast. Because dandruff is a symptom of something else, right? Like, it's just showing you that something is wrong. Same way eczema, psoriasis, pimples, acne, whatever. It's a symptom of something else that's wrong with you internally. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to start trying to kill this stuff off before shampoo and do maybe like 10 minutes or so with a vinegar, apple cider vinegar treatment before I do the shampoo, which should essentially start killing off the fungus. So I am super excited that I think I may have like even opened the door to a discovery, because I need solutions, and I'm sure you guys know some people, or you may be a person who keeps experiencing dry scalp over and over again, even like no matter what you try, and whatever, like itchy scalp solutions you're looking for, and you're like, it's still not working. It may relieve a little bit, but it's not working. I just discovered this week, so I haven't tried my solution yet, or my other option to try to treat this thing, but I'm definitely going to give you guys an update and let you know if it works. And I also looked up like what dandruff is too, just so you guys have a definition. And the definition is dandruff is a common condition that causes the skin on the scalp to flake. It isn't contagious or serious. And a symptom of seborrheic dermatitis is a common non-contagious skin condition that causes not a symptom of seborrheic dermatitis, but seborrheic dermatitis is a common non-contagious skin condition that causes oily, scaly patches and dandruff-like flakes. It can affect the scalp, face, ears, chest, and other oily areas of the body. And the symptoms of a condition like that is dandruff. So dandruff and dry skin is a symptom of something going on inside of your body. And that is, I think, the real thing we need to tackle, and not necessarily the dandruff itself, but what is causing the dandruff. And that, I think, is powerful. When you start approaching something from the inside, I think it could help you on the outside. Yeah, I think that's a good quote. So what I did was I looked and saw, like, if you guys are interested in this, and like, maybe this connects with you at some point, I don't know. My shout outs today that I have are actually 5 doctor recommendations. I'm going to give you guys the websites. These people are holistic gut health experts that I think you guys could benefit from if you're interested. So the first one is Dr. Kelly Sims. Her website is kellysimsnd.com. I'll put all this in the link in my bio too, so you guys can look these people up and see if you're interested in working with them or not. The second is Dr. Rachel Loving. That's drloving.com. And then we have Dr. Lang Wellness. It's drlangwellness.com. And then I found bodyscienceTherapy.com and theconnective.com. So those are 5 different links. If you have any type of concern about your gut health, or you have some strange skin issues, I wouldn't be shocked if it had something to do with your gut, because I'm a sufferer. I got eczema, I'm dry, I'm ashy, I got all types of stuff going on, and I could do better with how I eat, and I could do better. And I think a lot of us could. But I think just knowing where it's coming from, as far as irritation and skin issues, I think is a really good thing that I think we could all work on and tackle. So I hope that helped. I hope that helps. And I hope it gives you guys some food for thought to really think about, how can we approach fixing some of these issues. And it's not always through a fancy shampoo or a fancy conditioner. Sometimes it's something we just need to either stop putting in our bodies, or maybe it's something we need to get rid of that's going on in our bodies. Maybe you have some parasites or something. You never know. But if you're suffering, go get it checked out. I don't really like to recommend going to the hospital first, because a lot of times they just want to give you pills and chemicals and stuff, when really you could just fix it through fruits and vegetables and something natural, which is way cheaper and kind of easier to do and better for you as well, because we want to fix it forever, or just be able to have access to fix it without having to go to the doctor for an easy fix, So the holistic people, I definitely kind of trust them a little bit more in certain situations, especially gut health, because I went to the doctor for my gut health and they just gave me some stuff that didn't even work and I was still suffering. But I only found the solutions when I did go to a holistic therapist who specializes in gut health. So just something to think about. I'm not a doctor. It was my discovery and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Tell a friend. If you know someone that's suffering with something, have them maybe consider trying something new, or think about their diet or another way they can tackle their scalp issue. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on that note. And I hope you guys have a great week. Email me at yourewelcometosit@gmail.com, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. Have a good one.